Welcome to the Minnesota State Mavericks. Mavericks improved to 13-0 with today's 13-10 win over Tarleton State to capture the regional championship. Opening up with a statement from head coach Todd Hoffner.
Thanks, Kevin. First of all, I gotta give kudos to both teams for playing these inclement weather conditions. I thought very admirable effort by both teams. Both teams definitely wanted to win that football game, but at the end of the day, we found a way to persevere and to overcome a lot of adversity and difficulty within that football game. I'm really proud of our players and how they responded to a team that did a lot of great things in the first half. We did a little self-destruction in the first half, but in the second half we were nothing short of amazing. So very impressed with both sides of the football and our special teams to win a football game 13-10.
I'll start. So, Coach, what kind of adjustments did you make in the second half?
Well, I think, at halftime we talked as a team that we were doing really well. We had done a lot of positive things on offense, but we had turned the ball over twice in the red zone that could have led to points, right? So the game could have either been tied, or maybe we're down 10-6, or maybe we're ahead 14-10, who knows, but we had some golden opportunities down there in the first half, and I knew that we were moving the football, and I just told the guys, stick with it. We've got these guys right where we want them. Just stay the course, believe in one another, look each other in the eyes, and let's go back out there and show them Maverick football, and our guys definitely shine through and true with that.
Coach Hoffner, could you introduce your two student athletes, and then we'll
Absolutely. Yeah, so we have Zack Robertson here on your right, and we have Nate Gunn on your left.
open up the questions for Coach or the players.
Hey, Zach, I think you led the team in tackles today. How tough was the footing out there, especially in the second half, to get leverage?
Yeah, it really got tough in the second half. It was like, I felt like every time you engaged with a block, you were sliding, but just had to try to still minimize their gain. It was tough for both teams.
I heard you didn't practice a lot early in the week. Were you ready for 50 carries today?
Yeah. Yep. I was.
What do you have to do to get ready to pound the ball that many times?
I mean, going back, I've got 30 plus carries a game. I think I've got 40 carries a game, throughout my career here. So it wasn't, you look at it, it's only 10 more carries if that. So but at the end of the day, in those circumstances, when those weathers like that, you just know that you got to go ahead and make plays.
Thank you.
Was today something that you just kind of had to be patient because you were going to get a lot of zero type carries and just trying to hope to break one every once in a while? Or?
Yeah, we try to wear them down definitely. Like, they were a good team. We got to tilt our hats for them. Like, that's a very good football team, and we just had to get whatever we could get when it came.
Coach, that fake punt by Bednarski, was that a called play, or did you just see something?
It was a call play, so we had worked on it during the week, and we made an adjustment after their first rush. They had changed their pressure on how they were rushing the shield, and so I talked to the shield and the punter, and I said, if we run our fake, we've got to adjust our blocking, and they did a great job, and Casey followed the orders to a T and broke a tackle too. What an impressive play by Casey Bednarski, breaking a tackle as a kicker. And Casey's a phenomenal athlete, and he definitely did a great job. It's too bad we couldn't cash in on some points on that fake.
Coach, your team went on a 27-play, 97-yard drive that took over 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah, 97, 98. Who can tell with all the snow, right? But what an impressive drive, for Coach Bishawner to put guys like Nate in a position to score. And it took 4 downs, right? When we got down there, it was 4th down. Their defense was pretty stingy inside the 10, and Shane made nothing short of an amazing effort. Trapped it against his body with one arm while the other guy was draping him with his other arm, and Ryan put the ball where our guy could get to it, and Shane came away with a great play. So it was one of those drives that I've never heard of. I've heard of like 20-play drives, 18-play drives, but never 27 and 97, 98 yards. Was awesome. Turning point in the game too, I will say.
Did you consider going for the field goal instead of the touchdown at the end of that drive?
Could we have, or should we have?
Did you consider it?
No. I felt we had to have a touchdown at some point in time, and I knew the conditions were going to be not ideal. And after watching Casey's extra point, we had made a decision not to kick another extra point or field goal. So we were going to do 4th down the rest of the game just because of the conditions were not good. So it's tough to get your footing and plant and drive the ball and get any push up front. So they had a lot of really long players, worried about them blocking the extra point, scoop and score, get a couple points there, and now they're a field goal away from winning it instead of a field goal away from tying it. So that was the whole method behind going for 2.
So, in your mind, you felt you had to score 2 touchdowns to win rather than try to rely on a field goal?
For sure. I mean, we may have had to rely on it, but one of the things that I thought was imperative in that drive, I think you may forget that they had 2 personal fouls in that drive that led to 30 free yards. And those free yards were definitely something that we needed to help us sustain drives, get better field position, and put the ball in the end zone. So those 2 penalties were fairly costly. And I think there was a pass interference in there too. So there was 3 penalties that they had in our last drive that led to us getting the lead and winning the football game. But defensively, we got to give our hats off to our defensive players. They gave up 10 in the first half and only 0 in the second, which is awesome against a team that's averaging 315 yards rushing per game. And for us to give up like 160 or something like that was, thank God for the snow, right? I think that helped us a little bit.
Zach, you talk a little bit about the defensive effort the last 2 weeks, though, and teams that were coming in wanting to rush the ball, and obviously the weather had something to do with it today, but still, to be able to limit the run game like that against 2 pretty quality running teams.
Yeah, our mentality's always been stop the run the ball and stop the run. So yeah, we just trust Coach Glow's game plan. We packed the box last week and then ended up doing the same this week once the conditions got bad and worked out in our favor.
And Nate, runner of your style and caliber, again, you've said 50 carries didn't feel like an extra workload. Just so you understand the historical significance of that, the 50 carries is a new Minnesota State University record, breaking Bernie Machuga's 48 carries in a single game set in the 1968 season here at Minnesota State. So a huge, significant achievement that definitely helped this team come away with a win. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about him. I heard that, he was a very great player back in the day, so I have a lot of respect for him. So, but yeah, like I said, like when you're out there, definitely, your adrenaline's going, and you forget all about, how many carries you get. You just want to overcome what's been thrown at you, and you want to win the football game. So that's definitely, definitely appreciated, and my O-line is a huge for that, because if they weren't doing their jobs up front, guaranteed we wouldn't have been able to run the ball. So, they grinded out all game long. Gotta, like I said, tip my hat off to our O-line and our O-line coach for getting them ready this week.
Coach, in terms of leading a team into tough weather games, where would you rank this all time on your list?
The second half?
Or just like in terms of weather conditions?
Half of this game was probably one of the worst conditions that we've ever played in. The other half was, maybe top 10. The first half was not that bad. But second half, when it started snowing and then it started accumulating and it wasn't going anywhere, I thought the ground crew did the best they could to try and clear some spots, but it was really heavy. When we had that 27-play drive, it was really heavy, and for us to demoralize them by running the ball all the way down the field, that really kept their offense off the field, which also got them a little bit colder, and I think that led to a lot of drop passes late in the game when they needed to get into the end zone.
Nate, how difficult was it to see when driving down the field?
How difficult was it to see?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we had bright yellow jerseys on, so I'm just trying to follow the big guys up front. They had white jerseys, so But yeah, I mean, I want to say that seeing what's in head of you was that bad at all. I was just following the bright yellow right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, what does it mean to you to go just play again now? You're in the Final Four, have another shot.
It means so much. When we're talking about records, we broke our own little team record. Develop or improve, and advance. So that's exactly what we did. We said that for this program, we want to advance it from what we did last year. We're losing in the regional finals, and this year, everything that we've been working for just came through. We did our team goal. So our mind right now, we can celebrate this one tonight, and then get ready to go 1-0 again next week.
Mavericks moving on to national semifinal. Possible chance to host next week. Talk about that opportunity.
Well, I think it's great to have that opportunity, Kevin, and to, you know, be at home always helps. I think our fans were great today. We did see a few of them leave at halftime. You know, they were a little disappointed with us not scoring some points, but, you know, those who stuck around, I think, really enjoyed Maverick football, and hopefully if we're at home next week, we'd love to get thousands upon thousands of fans there and play what will be a very gifted and talented team that will also be facing. So hopefully it works out, that we get an opportunity to play at home again and defend Blakesley, because that's part of our second goal. One, like Nate said, he explained it exceptionally well, the DIA, to go further than we did last year. Last year we were 13-1. We didn't make it past our region finals. This year we did. But in addition to that, we don't want to finish our season at home. So there's been a lot of 11-0 teams that have won conference championships at Minnesota State. But we don't want to be that team that finished at home. So there's only been 3 teams in the history of Maverick football that have played football in the postseason since 2008, and hopefully we're able to continue to take care of business at home, and maybe that leads us to another game beyond this semifinal. But ultimately, we got to go 1-0, and that's what it's all about. We have to go 1-0 next week.
Zach, I know you, being from close here, did you follow at all Maverick football in the 2014 season? Did you have any recollection?
Oh yeah, I always know who Mankato was growing up. Like they're always the one I wanted an offer from out of high school and stuff. Like always knew that it seemed like they were 11-0 every year growing up.
One last question? Anything? All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.